Hello and welcome back to Fair City Gaming. I'm your host Kev, and we are back with some more Dark Souls. So we are now in the Painted World of Ariamis. I've went ahead and kindled that bonfire because we are probably going to need it. The most important thing to point out here is we cannot warp from this bonfire while the boss is alive. The boss of this area is a little bit unique in that, aside from being optional, you don't actually have to kill her. The hollows in this area are a lot more powerful than the ones we meet in the normal world, and drop substantially more souls as a result. There's a couple of new enemy types. First of which is just up ahead. Oh Jesus. Never underestimate the power of a headshot. So these dudes, as well as having fireball capabilities themselves, are really weak to fire, but they also have a toxic breath attack, which that dude was kind enough to demonstrate for us. Now if you kill them through normal means, they explode into a puff of toxic cloud, which will leave you very upset. Actually best left just to their own devices, just ignore them. Which is what we're actually going to do this time. Make sure you're at full health before you attempt this one. It seems like a fall that would almost certainly be fatal, but for one reason or another, not necessarily. Open this door. Hey, voila, a shortcut that is technically not meant to be unlocked until the end of the level. Now we could go up there, but there's a door at the other side that is blocked. Probably should kill those guys before I go down there. This is one of the best soul farming positions in the whole game. With the right equipment, you can amass around 13,000 souls in seconds. Not particularly strong, but they do hit pretty hard. Only reason I'm fighting them is because if you go down that set of ladders that is at the well back in the corner of the room before killing them, they kindly wait for you at the top of the stairs, and it's not pretty, not pleasant. It's not what I want to deal with. And down here is already unpleasant. No need to make it more unpleasant. Some wheelie boys. Thankfully they die in one big hit, but unfortunately the amount of damage. Sheesh. No, we don't actually need that key. We've just picked it up just for the sake of it, really. I think it's this one. Yeah. Oh god. Unpleasant. Thankfully, leveling up with the Chaos Covenant gave us a better means of dealing with the phalanx, that's the fleshy looking bosses up on the surface. That's enough out of you. And so if you're quick enough, get in close enough. And if you can get really central with that, you can kill them all in one go. And there's a ring that boosts the amount of souls that enemies drop when defeated. And if you can combine those, well, you're laughing. I'm sure it's in the region of 10,000. Is it this way? Yeah. Where are you going? This way, roly boy. That's what we're wanting. This room is full of these guys. Got away with that a little bit. That's the statue that the phalanx were standing under. And the way is no longer shut. We are bailing out of here as quick as we can. No intention of dealing with the wheelie boys any longer than I have to. So that annex key that we picked up, that unlocks this door here. That leads up to the occult ember, which is required for 100% completion, but is of no benefit to us in any way. So I'm not even going after it. I'm going around here just to highlight the other new enemy type that's in this area. They have one of the worst grab attacks in any of the games. Infuriating. Moron. Huge health pool there. Oh, sneaky bugger. Stop that. Oh, that's a very rare drop, believe it or not. You use that to level up with one of the covenants. You invade the worlds of other players and defeat them to gain those. Who never wanted to fight a giant skeletal dragon? Oh, So yeah, the trick here is just to run back and forward. Have him use his breath attack on one side. Run back and hit the other. Depending on your weapon or how fast you get there, you usually do 1 or 2 attacks per time. Keep getting trapped on that tombstone. We're nearly done. It's him. Really high poison and bleed defense as well. And one of the most entertaining glitches in the game. Right. This is another one of those, make sure you're at full health before you drop down bits.
Who art thou? One of us thou art not. If thou hast misstepped into this world, plunge down from the plank and hurry home. If thou seekest I, thine desires shall be requited not.
Saith what?
Thou must returneth whence thou came. This land is peaceful, its inhabitants kind, but thou dost not belong. I beg of thee, plunge down from the plank and hurry home.
This land is peaceful, and its inhabitants kind.
Thou must...
Now, you can attack her. But look at that tail. So, no. I have no intention of attacking her. But while she's alive, this is the only way to leave the Painted World. Now we can try running past them all. Or we can use a homeward one. And for some peculiar reason, it brings us here. Brilliant. Just for clarification, here is top of Anar Londo. So there's 2 ways to get to the altar to place the Lord Vessel. There's Kingseeker Frampt, who will now have appeared at the Firelink Shrine. It actually appears there after you ring the 2nd bell. We'll reveal him just for clarification. No. Not what I meant to do. Yeah. We're not bothered with him. There's another. And he's the one we're going to use. They both lead to the same place. I'm trying to remember, did I kindle the fire down here? If not, I'm going to have to take on the garden in human form, which is pretty much guaranteeing getting invaded. That'll be entertaining. Right, I'm gonna bother fighting these dudes this time. Not in the mood. One of them obviously fell to their death. I think I did kindle it. That's nifty. So we'll rest here. I'm not fighting the guys here because there's a lot of them. They hit hard. They have a lot of health. But once we get to the other side... Oh, there's one. Hey, kitty. Don't mess with them. Just don't. Thankfully, yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to go with a bit more poise this time. Which means... That's what I need. No worries. The little poise that we've got should be enough to help us a little. I've however realised that I'm carrying well over 100,000 souls. I probably don't want to lose them. No guts, no glory, I guess. Excellent. and stay still. Come back here and fight. Oh, alright, go. Careful what you wish for, I guess. Note to self, don't mock the angry doggo. So an interesting little bit of trivia. If you're able to get up on that ledge, which requires a little bit of clever jumping, you're actually able to see Sif. Goodest of doggos. And you can fire arrows at her from here if you wish. Totally cheese the shit out of the fight. I can't. I can't wield a decent bow. That's what we came here for. Now our only truly dangerous move to us is that ridiculous double spin attack that she does. Because I can't block that one, or the second attack will kill me. Kinda hoped that I'd have enough poise just to poise through it, but obviously not. Like with any big boss, your best friend is being underneath her. Come back here. That was a risky tactic. Don't do that. The rest of our moves can be blocked pretty comfortably. Usually leaving more than enough time for a follow-up, or a block, or a dodge. If you can roll through the first swing, the second one will almost always miss you, as long as you roll towards it. Whew. window to heal. Not there. Roll too early. Die. Unfortunately, not really got anything else I can use. This forest is protected by yet another one of the many covenants in the game. Their whole thing is to stop trespassers from attending that grave that we are set on robbing. And if you join that covenant, you'll be placed into a queue to invade human players that are trespassing in the forest. There's various rewards. Some of them are pretty good. Most of them are useless. But a lot of people use the Covenant because it's your only surefire way of getting any kind of PvP. It's player versus player. It's one of the game's major hotspots for PvP. And unless you're looking to be invaded or to invade, attending forest and human farm is well advised. The dog seems to have taken upon itself to mock me now. Back down at the doorway. Oh, come on. Now without adequate poise, that little jumping attack would have staggered us. As we are packing a little bit of poise, we're able to tank one of those hits. Unfortunately, we still don't have enough health to be able to take one of those swinging attacks. Also, if you're hit while executing a poorly timed dodge, you take extra damage. So you really want to have your dodging on point. It's not a boss I particularly mind fighting a couple of times over because I do really enjoy that boss fight. Oh, you're right. Like many of the bosses, once you know a routine, it's not a particularly difficult boss. On soul level 1, every enemy, including regular enemies, can be difficult, can be a challenge. You've got so little health that 1 or 2 hits can kill you. It does kind of change how you think of enemies. That's what we came here for. A little bit lucky there. As mentioned previously, you don't really want to be messing with the club weapons. It kind of staggers yourself. And then you're facing up against an enemy that can kill you in one hit. You don't want to give them any opportunity to do so. And that little jump that she does there, she is actually doing tiny little bits of damage when she lands on us or jumps away from us. Actually really annoying. Back this way. If, like me, you've come into this fight carrying a large number of souls or humanity, you might want to try and keep the fight as close to the front entrance as possible. That way it's easier to retrieve your souls if you do die. The same can be said for any boss, if you have control over where you fight them. Right into that one. Underneath and heal. I wouldn't think it'd be possible to miss. I'm standing right underneath her. If you're locked on, it's very difficult. And one of the most heartbreaking sights in the game. Do that kindness. So a little bit of the lore there is that that dog used to be the companion of one of the 4 Knights of Gwyn. The Knights of Gwyn were Goff the Giant, Kieran the Knight's Blade, who was an assassin, Artorias, who was known for traversing the Abyss, and Ornstein. So to give you an idea of the station of Artorias, he was alongside one of the other bosses we fight in this game. So Artorias and Sif traverse the Abyss fighting Abyss monsters. And now, to gain access to the Abyss ourselves, we need to kill Sif. Because without that ring, Covenant of Artorias, we would just die in the Abyss. The Abyss takes us. Oh. Perfect example of how hard those dudes hit. So throughout the DLC you actually meet Sif as a pup in the past, and you discover that Artorias, well wounded after a fight, gave up his protection and his shield to shield Sif, and it cost him his life and his sanity. So it seems that Sif isn't necessarily just protecting Artorias' grave, but is in fact trying to protect people from falling to the abyss the way that his master did. And if you do enter this fight after meeting Sif in the DLC, the entry video is actually slightly different. And the goodest of dogs does actually recognise you. Unfortunately, there is no way of sparing the poor dog. She must die. It's one of those things that the game doesn't actually tell you about until you get to the New Londo ruins, and even then it doesn't outright tell you that you need that ring. It does tell you that there was a knight that traversed the abyss, and that perhaps finding where he was could lead to clues. The game in no way tells you need to go and kill a big dog, and this will allow you to traverse the abyss. Ooh, close. So there's a nifty exploit that just about everybody in certainly the Dark Souls community will know about. Gather all those guys' attentions, stand here, and they will throw themselves to their death trying to get to you. The AI pathing in this game is not the best. It's a phenomenal soul farming spot though. So we'll quickly kindle this. Because it's got a bonfire, firekeeper present at this bonfire, we actually only need to kindle this one twice. Bonfires with firekeeper are already kindled to the second stage. So we'll leave that off for there and we'll do the next area on the next video. So thanks very much for checking us out. Be sure to check out the website fcpod.net and keep an eye on the YouTube for the next video. Thank you very much.